Okay, question 5. Now I'm given two functions. I'm given h at t is equal to 2t cubed and g of x is equal to negative 4x plus x squared. So again, do not get too hung up on why are there so many letters. They're just representing two different situations. So again, I'm just going to keep saying that maybe t represents a time. So maybe this function here or this equation represents your height after a certain time t. And then this represents, I don't know, maybe x represents a distance or a time too, and g represents a distance. So your different letters just mean you're talking about two different things. Question A says find h at negative 1 plus g at 3. So first thing we want to do is evaluate our function notations. So h at negative 1, again, fancy way to say just take negative 1 and plug it into your equation. But since we have more than one here, you just need to make sure we're looking at the right one. So h at negative 1 means 2 times negative 1 cubed. And you do want to remember orders of operation. Exponents always come first. Remember the rules we talked about? If my power is odd, my sign is going to stay the same as what it was. So negative 1 cubed, that's going to be a negative number. So then I'm just left with negative 2. And then step 2, I'm going to go ahead and find g at 3. So that means take 3 and plug it into here. So I have negative 4 times 3 plus 3 squared. Take my exponents first. And I get 9. Multiply. And then add. Negative 12 plus 3 means subtract and keep the bigger sign. So I get negative 3. But then don't get caught up. You have to make sure you're going back and answering the final question because my actual question said find h at negative 1, find g at 3, and then add them together. So my final step, step 1, step 2, step 3, is to take negative 2 plus negative 3, and I get a final answer of negative 5. Okay. So now for B, I have one similar to what I talked about up here, although this might be a little bit easier to conceptualize because I have an actual value in here. Okay, so I have a function inside of a function. So as always, you're going to work innermost problem first. So right now, I look directly on the inside of all of these parentheses, and I see g at negative 2. So I'm going to answer that first. I want to figure out, well, what is g at negative 2? So I have negative 4 times negative 2 plus negative 2 squared. Orders of operation, take care of my exponents. Negative 2 times negative 2, or if my power is even, my answer is always positive. I have negative 4 times negative 2, which is 8. So then I can simplify that as 12. And then again, keep in mind that I'm not done yet. What I have here now is that g at negative 2 is equal to 12. So now I can replace, right? So I can say, well, what's step 2? I still didn't do anything with this h. So I'm just rewriting it. And now I notice that I still have another function to evaluate. So now I can figure out, well, what is h at h at 12? So I have 2 times 12 cubed minus 1. So we're going to go ahead and do all of this math. Do your exponents first. That means we're going to do 12 times 12 times 12, or 144 times 12. And that's going to give us 1728. Multiply that by 2 to finish. We get 3456 minus 1 gives me 3,455. Okay. Again, these problems with functions inside of functions, very difficult, very hard to conceptualize at first. Perfectly okay if right now, right off the bat, first time seeing it, these two problems are confusing you. What we want to make sure we're okay with, one similar to A over here, and then all of everything in question 3. If you have questions on either of these, like I said, you can join the Google Meet while you're working on this, or you can join me 7:30 tomorrow morning and I'll help you through them.